Environment, Agriculture and Rural Development Portfolio Committee Oversight Report on the third quarterly report of the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development and Environment for the 2024-2025 financial year.
Chairperson J. Mulder, Honourable Mulder.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. The committee noted that the department's focus is on harnessing and maximising of the economic potential of the province's agricultural sector and ensuring food security for all. Moreover, agriculture has been identified as one of the province's 11 key economic sectors. The department committed to ensure that the sector is involved with all interventions to radically transform, modernise and reindustrialise Gauteng. Apart from the alignment of its programs and policies to the Gauteng provincial government's transformation, modernisation and reindustrialisation, the department also ensures the alignment to the National Development Plan. The Gauteng Department of Rural Development, Agriculture and Rural Development planned for and reported on a total of 49 indicators at the end of quarter 3. Overall, the department achieved 73% or 36 of its second quarter targets. 27% or 13 of targets were not achieved for the third quarter. This can be attributed to non-achievement in Programme 1, Administration, and Programme 2, Agriculture and Rural Development. Speaker, the Gauteng Department of Environment planned for and reported on a total of 21 indicators at the end of the third quarter. Overall, the department achieved 62% or 13 of its third quarter targets. 38% or 8 of targets were not achieved for the third quarter. This can be attributed to non-achievement in Programme 1, Administration, and Programme 3, Environment. The two departments have not presented evidence of having revised their annual performance plan targets in response to the adjusted budget process carried out by the Provincial Treasury. Both departments have returned low annual performance plan targets achieved, with the Agriculture and Rural Development achieving 72% and Environmental Affairs achieving 62%. Both departments continue to struggle with utilising the conditional grants as a result of the bureaucracy between various spheres of government. Well, Speaker, the appointment of the 6,000 EPWP workers without following the correct finance requirements has put a strain on the cash flow of the departments and is set to compromise the delivery of services in the remaining quarter. The committee further noted that the department's performance in the previous financial year was hampered by various challenges that impacted on their service delivery mandate, and it's important to ensure that these are given the necessary attention so that the delivery of services is enhanced. These include the infrastructure delivery management system related challenges that impacted on procurement and tender processes. The committee continues to encourage the department to ensure that the service delivery mandate is achieved. The committee also noted that the budget used to date stands at 49.4% and falls within the optimum range for budget utilisation for this stage in the budget cycle, and the Administration Programme 2 falling within the accepted range for expenditure at this time of the budget cycle. The Speaker, the Agriculture and Rural Development Programme has underspent and sits just over 42%, where the Environmental Affairs Programme has overspent and is at 61%. The committee noted during the reporting period under review that both the departments actively participated in public engagements, meaningfully involved public stakeholders through stakeholder events. The format of the Gauteng Department of Agriculture and Rural Development and Gauteng Department of Environmental Affairs third quarterly report for 2024-25 is in compliance with standard requirements, targets per quarter, etc. However, it should be noted that the new structure of this report makes no provision for revenue-generated economic classification, but makes provision for an update on the status of capital projects the department is involved in. The committee continuously observed that the departments fail to spend annual budgets and do not meet planned targets. Moreover, there is continuous failure to align budget with planned targets. as under expenditure is observed in agriculture and rural development and environmental affairs programs. Will Speaker, operation plans in place to ensure that the agriculture sector in the province is supported is essential, and the department should also provide detailed quarterly reports on how it will align its budget departmental targets with its expenditure and how the service delivery mandate will be achieved. With respect to agriculture and rural development programs, the committee is concerned with the department's inability to support the inadequate number of producers supported in the red meat commodity. It is worth noting that in the previous quarter as well, the department was unable to meet its targets in this regard. House Speaker, the committee recommends that the department should implement measures that aim to remedy the non-compliance raised by the Auditor General in paying 100% of service providers within 30 days. Thus, the committee directs the department to ensure that stemming from the next quarter and going forward, all invoices should be paid within 30 days, and the department should not only acknowledge the recommendations, but also implement them. A report in this regard should be submitted to the committee on 30 April 2025. The committee recommends that both the departments submit its report detailing a tangible and detailed plan on how it will ensure that the unattained targets of the second and third and those in the fourth quarter will be implemented, considering the non-attainment of targets related to the number of producers as well. Honourable Speaker, I will now go to acknowledgements. The Portfolio Committee wishes to thank both the Honourable MECs for Agriculture and Rural Development and for Environment, Honourable MEC Ramakopa and Honourable MEC Peters. The Acting Head of Department, Mr. Marse, and his team, the officials, the Honourable Members of the Portfolio Committee and the Committee staff for their hard work and dedication. Honourable Speaker, allow me to recognise the precious and high level of professionalism, respect and trust maintained between the legislative oversight function and the executive. Together we will make a difference. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Honourable Mulder. Is there a seconder?
I rise to second, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honourable Moody. I now put the question. All those in favour say yes. Yes. Those that are not in favour say no. Okay, the report is duly adopted.